What's going on, Savages? Welcome to another episode of the Savage Snowflake podcast with me, Jeff Leach, your friend, your orator, your teacher, your diligent student. The guy who comes over sometimes and just says, hey, excuse me, I just wanted to borrow a cup of sugar. And you're like, I don't have sugar. And I'm like, that's all right. If you've got some agave or some honey or something, like, dude, it's not that kind of household. And I'm like, well, how about just, you just say something sweet in my ear and I can take that home, form it into some kind of tangible expression of your love that I'll stir into my tea and then I'll drink it in a happy manner. Yes, that guy. Thanks very much for all the support you guys have been showing. Patreon.com/Savage Snowflake if you want to show a little bit of support. $1 a month you can donate, or $5, or 10, or 20, or $1 million. Whatever you're into. I don't know how wealthy you are. Make it match your earning, and remember that you pay, like $20 a month now for Netflix, and let's be honest, there's barely anything on that, whereas you get 8 episodes here every single month, delivered with love. I'm feeling my chest. I don't know why. I think because I've been working out again, and I'm feeling like my man boobs are coming in. Finally, I'm getting the chest back that I deserve, that I knew I should always have. In 6 months' time, I'm going to be so strong, I'm going to crack a walnut live on air between my pectoral muscles. Stay tuned for that. Thank you very much, of course, to our podcast sponsors as well. We've got Boundless Tech over there, bndlstech.com if you want to check out all their amazing vaping technology. If you want to smoke flower, resin, I meant to say, and distillate, but resolutely, do it resolutely. Never stop smoking it, unless, of course, your doctor says, hey, don't smoke any more of that, in which case, listen to them, because they might know better than I do. But if you're going to be enjoying the delicious flowers and resins and distillates of the world, make sure you check out bndlstech.com. Use code SAVAGE, you get 25% off all of their amazing products, and you'll also get a much nicer, smoother, cleaner tasting smoke. In fact, there won't be a smoke at all. It will all be vapor. You remove all those carcinogens. And check out manscaped.com as well. Finest purveyors of refining the gentleman by refining their downstairs areas. I had a nice little trim yesterday. Did everything. Did the bum, did the front, did it all. I trimmed the chest down. I got stuck in. My guest laughing at me. She's going, why would I want to know that? You don't. But the listeners do, because some of them are sitting out there right now going, I'm a hairy motherfucker and no woman wants to touch me. Bro, get yourself a lawnmower 2.0. Go to manscaped.com. Use code SAVAGE. You get 20% off and you'll get free delivery and you'll get a free leather travel bag. Right. That's it. Joining me today. We have to give a little bit of backstory to this episode, I feel like. My guest today is actress and stunt woman Tammie Baird. However, this is not the first time we've met, Tammie. Tammie Baird is potentially discovering her X-Men powers as we speak, because this is the 3rd time we've tried to record this. Yes. First time you came in, we sat down, we had a great chat, went on for an hour, we talked about the industry, we talked about you doing mega movies, working with some of your favorite women in the film industry, your upcoming project as yourself as an actress. Mm-hmm. We had a great one. Great one. And then you left. Yep. And then I listened to the audio. And it was all fucked up, Tammie. Super fucked up. Basically, it was all the way through. And, we had a little cry about it. And we said, all right, but you're a very patient, very kind woman. And you were like, I'll come back, Jeff. So you came back, didn't you? I did. What happened when you came back, Tammie? All the audio equipment went fucking haywire. It went insane. Yeah, I didn't know it was, you even looked at I had that, what was that? You had a little bracelet on. Yeah, you had a little copper bracelet. I was like, maybe it's that. Maybe that's fucking up my... I don't know what it was. Yeah. But literally 3 or 4 episodes between, all perfect records. Yeah. Nothing. I didn't change any settings. Then you turned up again. Immediately all breaks again. I know. So, because you're kind. Yeah. I thought we were going to have to do this in our bra and panties, so no metal or anything. I mean, then I could see your chest. You know why you were probably rubbing it? Because you said you manscaped it. So you're probably like, ooh. Do you reckon the hair normally diffuses the electrical energy in the air? But now that I've trimmed it, it's just bouncing off, causing problems. It. And it makes you want to fondle your pectorals. So we tried it again yesterday, and no joy. And then after you left... I recorded with 2 guys and it was perfect. I know. What is that? So today you've arrived. Yes. We've started. We're here. We had some problems. We did. But now it sounds like it might be okay. I hope. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Who fucking knows? If it doesn't work this time, that's it. Then it's me. That's it. Then it's me. That's all there is to it. Or we have to do an episode without video, I think. Yeah. Yeah, just remove video, that. Or we could do it silent
Or we could do it captioned.
A mute podcast. I'm not sure if that's the way to go. That could be the single most poor marketing strategy I've ever heard in my entire life. All right, so it's like an audio podcast, right? But get this. Yeah. Instead of having audio, it's just silence.
Yeah.
White noise.
Yeah, exactly.
With an occasional, with like some kind of Russian steel drum. And that's it for an hour. Whilst you just watch us
that's
talk.
Tammie Baird.
Right. But thank you for coming in. Third time's a charm. Let's hope, right?
Yes.
Well, I feel like so we already went through your career, and we did this conversation. So it's a bit weird to sort of double back over it. But there were bits that I took away from it that were especially exciting for me. Okay. You know, when we talked about the ridiculous, one thing that we didn't really get to talk about much last time, but I really wanted to a bit more, is that you guys, as stunt people on sets, do these incredibly, dangerous things. Mm-hmm. You have talked with me about the fact that you've been hit by cars, set on fire. You've been on the back of a horse, shooting arrows. You've shot guns. You've been gang raped in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
That was a legit morning for you.
Oh my God. On my birthday too. That was on my birthday. Yeah. Yeah.
Happy birthday. We've lined up some hot guys.
Exactly.
And they're going to mercilessly have sex with you against your will on camera.
Yeah.
And then, but there still isn't an Oscar for stunt people.
I know.
That was one thing I took away from our last conversation that made me a little confused. Why do you think the industry hasn't acknowledged the integral element of, especially as these films become more and more about action sequences, CGI shot scenes, using stunt people in those? Why is there no Oscar?
Nobody knows. Like, it's perplexing.
What do you think it is? Why do you think it's not being recognized in the, by the Oscars and by the industry in the same way as, a supporting actress role or a sound design role?
I don't know. I've talked to a few of my colleagues, we discuss it. So, there's always been the movie magic, that you don't know. Like, people didn't even know stunt people existed for the longest time. They legitimately thought the actors did it. So maybe it's if, like, let's say you're up for an Oscar for leading.
I like that idea.
Yeah, when you are up for an Oscar.
Thank you.
For leading man, then let's say
probably best supporting actor.
Work with me here.
All right, no. Leading man, dream big, fuck it.
So supporting the lead, you're up for an Oscar, and the film you're on, the stunts are as well. So let's say if one wins and one doesn't, like let's say if the actor didn't win, but the stunts did, would that be an ego thing? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
The stunt team I work with did an incredible job.
Yes, and that's how it should be. That's why I always love when an actor or actress gives credit to their stunt person.
But I wouldn't smile and applaud when the other person won, though.
You'd be like...
If we were sitting there and they were like, and the nominees are Jeff Leach for, wow, look at the size of that thing. And then whatever, Ryan Gosling, fucking Joaquin Phoenix, and Billy Bob Thornton for his posthumously. He's dead now in this world.
Okay, I'm like, wait,
this
what?
is in like 10 years time, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm like, and the winner is Billy Bob Thornton. I'm not gonna go. No, he deserved that. He's a really good guy. He deserved that. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna fucking throw my program. And I'm going to storm out the venue.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I'm going to punch someone on the way out.
No.
Probably a little person. No. If there's a little person nominated, I'm hitting him on the way out. Just because it will hit headlines more. Not because I dislike little people. Love them. Mm-hmm. But just because it's going to have more impact.
Well, it's so funny because you're so tall. And if a little person saw you coming down, they would swoop you. They would swoop you and take you out.
Warwick Davis with the leg sweep.
You wouldn't even get it.
Fucking, what's his name? Tyrion Lannister. Who plays him? What's his name?
Oh, I do not recall at the top of my head right now.
God, how can we forget? We're in the midst of Game of Thrones final season.
Gosh.
And we don't know.
Episode 3 is coming up.
Peter Dinklage.
Yes.
Peter Dinklage would definitely do a leg swipe. Peter Dinklage, I reckon he's the kind of guy who carries a little blade on him.
That'd be awesome.
You're not going to pat down a little person, are you? At security, if you're security to an event and everyone's walking in, do you know what I mean? I walk in, you go, all right, sorry, let me just beep, 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 beep. Oh, it's just my keys. if he walks in, Peter Dinklage, you're not going to pat down Peter Dinklage.
Well, I don't think he would, just because of who he is, not because of the size of him, but just because of where he's at in his celebrity.
I think because of the size, because I think there's definitely it would look incredibly rude if you just started fucking patting down a little person.
Really?
Yeah, I reckon you could smuggle crazy shit if you're a little person.
Oh, well, I'll have to ask some of my friends.
Have you got little people friends?
Yeah, we have some great stunt people.
Dope. So. Have they ever smuggled anything?
That's I do not know that. Yeah. They don't share that information with me.
I reckon if you're, there's got to be immense niches. Because if you're a little person in Hollywood anyway, I didn't expect to do a 5-minute bit about little people, by the way. But
that's okay. I think they need more discussion because the people I know in our industry who are.
Did you just woke clap?
Yes, I'm like, they need more. We need to discuss this.
They need more discussion. Yes. Thank you, Hollywood.
Yeah, everyone does, So let's talk about it. I'm good with it.
I'm just saying, if I was a security guard and you walk up, I'm going to go, all right, cool. Yeah, let me just check. Sorry, madam. Thanks very much. Okay, cool.
Right.
But if you were like 2.5 feet high, I'm going to feel like a bit of a dick.
Really?
Getting down and giving you a pat down. I feel like you can get away with more.
So if I see that happen, I want that person to be like, hey, yo, me too.
Why don't you check me? Yeah. And I go because I could let's be real. I could punt you across the room. I'm not scared of a little person with a knife.
You should be.
I can outrun them.
You think so?
My stride alone,
yeah.
surely.
Yeah.
I feel like little people would run slightly slower. That's a biological fact. Mm-hmm. Shorter legs, you're gonna run shorter.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe they're good at knife throwing.
Now we're getting specific. Yeah. And that's why I think.
And there goes your calf, right in your calf.
What an amazing fucking life to go, hey, first of all, I'm born, physically different from the majority of people. I'm a little person. Cool. You do your own thing. I'm going to become an actor. But then on top of that, not only that, I'm going to become a stunt person.
Yeah.
That's fucking niche. You're getting booked for any job that there's either children or little person, you're in, right? You're in.
Sure, yeah. I don't know if I'm saying his name wrong. Vern Troyer?
Vern Troyer, yeah. Well, he passed away, didn't he?
He did pass away, but he did Baby's Day Off.
In fact, he committed suicide, correct?
That I do not know.
I think it was suicide, Vern Troyer, yeah.
Oh, that's sad. I don't like that.
I think so. I think he was one of there was a back-to-back, just so many celebrities all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Proving that money doesn't buy you happiness, right?
It does not. But yeah, I like his career though because he did Babies and then oh my gosh, getting to be Mini-Me, freaking awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. But I want to go back one more time, like 6 steps back. I do definitely feel that some people deserve an Oscar, and I would like them to get at least one category if it's like stunt ensemble or stunt coordinator.
Exactly, or just like I don't know, best stunt work in a movie. It could just be one. It would be a gesture, right?
Just one would be great. We have one for the stunt Emmy, and I feel that we even need more for Emmys. Because it's the coordinator that gets it. But there's also
should be a male and female as well. I think
for sure. Yeah.
Best male stunt person. Of the year, best female stunt person.
Like whoever does the hardest hits or something like that, for sure.
Or just like the most impressive, segment in a movie, stunt work, and also stunt coordinator as well. Yeah. Because the people who choreograph that shit, equally, if not more important to the actual action than the people who carry it out, right? Well, because if you choreograph it wrong, someone potentially dies.
Yeah, a stunt coordinator has so much going on. They have to do the previs. They have to make sure they hire the proper people. If anything happens, all that pressure goes on the shoulders of the stunt coordinator. So, yeah.
There's also quite... do you have to be good at maths to be a stunt person?
At math?
Math and science, or maths in England, because it's mathematics. It's
okay,
plural.
Got it. Yeah, I've not heard it that way. So I was like,
it's pluralized.
Yeah, I know. That was like interesting.
Math.
Yeah.
Just the one math.
Math. I think the riggers and stuff, they do have to be really good at math. I am not good at math.
Okay. So you've got to trust in other people's ability to be good at math.
Well, yeah, like when, again, I don't do rigging and stuff like that, but I know the guys are amazing.
But you've done car work, right? You've done some car work as well?
Yes.
So with things like that, I know
like
lot
the
of it.
90s and 360s and
there
stuff
you
like
go.
that.
And they also really work out. They go, well, if you come in at this speed and you hit that thing at this speed, then you're going to be pushed this far over, or the car's going to do this. You really have to work out quite a lot of the ins and outs.
And you know what? I wish my math teacher, Mr. Nilsson from high school, would have taught me math that way.
Yeah.
I might have paid attention a little more.
If you're in a car driving at 50 miles an hour and you hit a person who is suspended from a cable.
Instead of like, Johnny's going to buy 6 watermelons and give 2 to his friends. Like, whatever. Yeah.
Who fucking buys watermelons on set? No one.
Yeah. Not on set, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe, Catering.
Out front, yeah. Out
and
front.
They're not using that mass, are they? That's why they work in catering. I said it. I didn't mean it. I love catering. It's the best part of a movie set.
Oh my gosh. If you don't have catering, everyone's going to be miserable. Are you kidding? And when you get good catering, oh my gosh. Especially when catering has amazing coffee. That makes me so happy.
What's your favorite part of a set experience?
Everything. I don't have a favorite part. Serious?
I do.
Oh, you do?
Sitting in costume and makeup. It's the most calm place on set. Mm-hmm. The women, generally women who work there, or gay men, I think, predominantly. I know this is...
Or just men.
Yeah, but
we don't know.
I'll be honest. Out of every single TV, film, TV hosting job, acting job, every single one, 99.9% of my makeup or costume people have either been women or gay men.
Oh,
this is just the stats that I have.
Okay.
But yes, you're right. There's no reason why a straight man can't work in it. But I always find the ladies or the men who work in those areas are the most calm people. They're very chill. They make you feel good. They make you look good, which is a great feeling to walk in looking a bit tired or whatever, and they lick a makeup, nice little spruce up, and you walk out feeling $1 million. You know, that's my favorite place, and that's my favorite part of it. And then obviously, you know, the bit where you wrap that final scene as well.
Yeah, I love all of it because it all adds up. I do love hair and makeup. I think their department is so amazing because the transformation, like when you look at me and I look like Tammie, but when I work on the TV show Speechless, I double Minnie Driver, and I think I'm a spot on double for her. Like they make my hair, you know, perfect with those beautiful curls she has, and just the transformation is so beautiful. So
well, you've been done amazing projects, and I'm sorry because it's like I know we've had this conversation, so that's why I'm like almost like glossing over things. But I know that you were in Miss and Mrs. Smith as well, weren't you?
Yes, that was my first stunt job,
which is pretty fucking epic. The Sons of Anarchy, you were doubling as.
I doubled Katie Seagal as Gemma.
Yeah, who is only probably the most important character in that entire series, actually.
She's so amazing. And like you were saying in the intro, getting gang raped, that was my first time I doubled her was episode 1 of season 2, and it was just such an intense day. And I remember I was so giddy because I was like, oh my god, I get to meet Katie Seagal, you know, I get Peg Bundy, you know. I was very excited, but at the same time the content was so serious that I couldn't I didn't want to talk to her, and I could see in her face like she was
in the zone,
in her zone. And funny thing though, one of the guys who was gang raping me was Henry Rollins' character, and I was like, oh my god, I love Henry Rollins. So I wanted to make sure that I talked to him beforehand because I didn't want it to be awkward afterwards.
You didn't throw in a little flirty look over your shoulder when he was doing it.
No, not at all. But like it was funny though that I thought like I have to talk to him now because I don't want it to be awkward later, as if we're gonna be besties after this. But I did talk to him, and he's like so kind and so nice and sweet, and it just.
But he still didn't buy you dinner before, you know, doing a gang rape scene. So
he didn't even bring me anything from Crafty.
Selfish bastard. Could have brought flowers, couldn't he? Could have brought flowers.
Yeah, I guess something. You know, but he was very nice and sweet. But yeah, I love Katie Seagal. I learned so much by watching her, just watching her on
I was
set.
going to say, because obviously you're not just a stunt woman or stunt person, I think is the official terminology. You're an actress in your own right as well, and do your own films and TV shows.
Yes.
Do you? It's kind of like a very. I feel like you almost get to not. Even though the job you're there to do is the physicality part of that character, right? But there's almost an element of where you're getting to understudy and watch other actresses that you admire, that you respect, do their job.
It's amazing. It's like getting a private acting class.
Yeah.
It's amazing. What I learned from her in the 7 seasons that I doubled her, watching her on the monitors, is priceless. That I just wish I would get an awesome audition to like show it. But yeah, I'm so grateful for that. And
who was the best person you've ever worked with so far? From a stunt person point of view, who was the woman that you've represented physically on screen that you've gone, you know what, that was really dope. Like I feel like we really bonded and created a great relationship.
I would say I love Mercedes Mason. She's like just one of my favorites. Like she's just awesome. I first doubled her on NCIS LA, and then later doubled her on season 2 and 3 of Fear the Walking Dead.
Nice.
Yeah, and before that I doubled Daniela Rua on NCIS LA, and I just adore her as well. And the two of them are besties, which is so funny. We just all saw each other this past Thursday at a awards gala.
Nice.
So it's just so fun. Yeah. But I love Mercedes. Like, she's so cool, and I just hang out with her and chat, and I see her at the most random places, and I think that's amazing.
Does it ever frustrate you when actors, like for instance, someone like Tom Cruise decides, I'm going to do all my own stunts. That's it. I'm going to do all my own stunts. Do you think, is that ego of actors to want to do their own stunts, or is that almost not disrespectful, but is that almost like overlooking what other people are there to do? Like, the job is to take that pressure off them.
I think if the actor is capable of doing their own stunts, why not? Now, here's the thing is, so I mentioned Danielle LaRue on NCSLA.
Yeah.
She's amazing, and she is so capable of doing her stunts. So if she can do that choreography and make it look realistic, I mean, that's a dream for the camera person and the director, because they can do that. So my job as a stunt person, it's not the Tammie show, it's the actor show. It's them. So my job is to make them look as amazing as possible. The coordinator, the stunt coordinator is the main person, but me
So you don't
as
ever
her
take
double.
it as like a bit of a slight that they're like, oh, actually, I want to do this one myself. You're like, all right,
not at all. I always say, you want to do it, just let me do the wide. There's no reason they need to do the wide. But you know what I mean? But if they are capable of doing it, do it. But, demand you have your stunt person there, because if something happens, or if you do it and then 3 or 4 times and now you're exhausted or whatever, then you need a capable stunt person to come in. But yeah, if they can do it, I don't have an ego with it.
I've definitely had some physical scenes in films, or even just like I did a short once that was like a cowboy, like a Western piece. And there was a bit where I was getting shot with a load of arrows, and I had to do this spin. And they didn't have money. It was a micro budget short, Right. So they didn't have a stunt person. It was very like, the paperwork was very loose, So if I'd injured myself, I was kind of fucked. But they had a bit where I had to get shot with 3 arrows would hit me in the back.
Okay.
And I had to like stagger and then sort of spin and land on the floor. But obviously,
with the arrows in your back?
Yeah, so the arrows were like hanging out. You know what I mean? I had to spin and like hit the floor and stuff, and it was fine. It wasn't like a majorly painful thing to do. It was just like falling from 6'4" down to the floor, but I could put my hands out and stuff. But once I did it, like 7 or 8 takes of it, my shoulders were all bruised up where I was falling and banging. I wasn't trained in the way that you guys would be to know how to fall to, take most of the impact off, etc.
Yeah.
But it felt kind of good. I felt like in the truthfulness of the performance, it felt kind of good. But that's why the ultimate role for you is to do the acting role and then be able to do your own stunts in it as well, right?
It does feel good. It's like, oh, could I do this great acting scene? And then it's like, I get to go be badass.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. For you, I wish you would have had a stunt person, because sometimes one thing actors don't know is that before they even get to set, I'll see or read an interview with an actor saying they did all their own stunts, and that's great. And I think that's awesome when they could do it. But what they don't know is prior to that, the coordinator, the fight coordinator, and the stunt person have all worked together to get that choreography right.
Yeah, we didn't even have a stunt person.
They need a stunt person, but sometimes unbeknownst to the actor, because you're shooting on different units, you're not aware that you actually do have a stunt person doing all that, but you're doing it in your own unit.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that wasn't the case with us.
Yeah,
it was a small budget thing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It was like, it's like a small, friends and
but
blah,
it is
blah, blah.
awesome though. It is awesome when you do it and they're like, oh, can you do another one? And
I really like being physical.
Yeah,
I really enjoy that. I enjoy exercise. I enjoy throwing myself around. I enjoy fighting, if I'm honest, and but you don't have to be like is there a myth that you have to be a black belt in 3 types of martial arts, and you have to be a crack shot with 7 different types of weapons, and you have to or is it really that rigorous to get into stunt work these days?
Well, what I just learned is in Britain they have different rules.
Yeah.
So there you have that probably is a yes answer.
Yeah.
Here in the States, no, you don't have to be a black belt to get booked to do fight work on set. A lot of who gets hired, the coordinator hires the stunt person, and a lot of it's on reputation, just knowing their body of work and what kind of stunt person they are.
Did you envisage when you were a young actress, back in when you were 15 years old, going, I'm going to be an actress, this is what I'm going to do? Did you ever envisage that you would also go down the route of doing physical performance?
Not at all. I mean, I figured comedy, because I loved comedy. I loved Three's Company. I love watching. I know that was your knuckles.
All my knuckles, yeah. just air. It's just air. I'm sorry. I didn't think it was going to be that fucking loud.
It was so loud.
I'm getting worked up. I'm getting ready for a fight scene. We're going to do it, Tammie. We're going to have
I love like physical comedy. So I thought that's where I'd go, definitely in my career as an actor, but never, action stuff. No. And the fact that I became a stunt woman, still sometimes I'm like, whoa.
What was that process then? So what was the pivotal moment where you went, oh, fuck, I'm a stunt person now as well?
So, Mr. and Mrs. Smith was my first stunt role, and I booked a stunt acting role on it. And I had to I had myself, it was Hank Amos, another stunt guy, and myself, and it was Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's characters, and they acknowledge, we see them, and then Angie shoots me, and then Brad shoots my partner. We die. So I had the squibs underneath my wardrobe.
Right,
so when I got shot, the squibs went off. Yeah, it was awesome.
Squibs are, if you don't know, obviously the little, but where the bullets hit, they're kind of these little blood packets that burst.
Sometimes there's blood, sometimes there's not, because, and I guess that depending on what they want, do they want blood to come out, or they just want,
or just a miniature explosion kind of thing? But they're on a vest on your chest, right?
They're little packets, yeah. So then
does it hurt when they go off?
If they're big ones, they can hurt. Yes, for sure.
Bruised?
Yeah. I have not bruised, but some of the stunt guys, have told me about like some gnarly bruises they had from their squibs. So
yeah, I mean, strapping a little miniature explosive to your chest,
and all over your body and stuff.
But that was the first one. And how did that come about? How did that become a thing? You know.
Well, so the squibs went off, and I say this a lot. I call it my Tennessee Williams cat on a hot tin roof moment, minus the booze. So hopefully all of you guys know Tennessee Williams and cat on a hot tin roof. So everything just clicked. Like everything just clicked, and it was like, this is where you're supposed to be, Tammie. So I did that job, and I told my boss, I'm like, oh, I absolutely love this. I think stunts is the route that I need to pursue. And he's like, no, Tammie, you're an actress. Save your body. You know, this is what you want to do. I'm like, no, I heard the click. You don't understand it.
Technically, you heard the...
Yeah. And so I spent the next couple of years just like trying to learn as much as I can, learning the etiquette, learning everything I could about the industry, training as much as I could in fights, learning everything. Prior to that, I had done a lot of stand-in work on set. Yeah. So I already knew blocking. I knew on-set etiquette. So I you took everything, and just like every book, like someone would tell me about a stunt man like Hal Needham, and I would get online and I'd order their book, and I'd read everything, so that I could learn from these amazing pioneers in our industry. And then, in 2000...
The rest is history.
Yeah. And I just didn't let go. I did it.
But what led to that first job? Like how did you get hired as a stunt double? An acting,
for Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Double? Yeah.
So I was working as a personal assistant, and they said, go in and audition. They're going to put you in with a bunch of stunt people. We know you're an actor. We know you're physical. So I had to audition for it. It wasn't just given to me. And as an actor, I was like, oh, I can do this. Yeah. And I took it. Had it been something with like a high fall, I definitely would not have done it, because that wasn't a skill.
The expertise is skill. Do you have like a cutoff point where you go, okay, these are the things that I'm comfortable doing, but this is it. I won't do that. I won't do this.
For sure. I don't do high falls.
Okay.
So I'm an earthling. I like to stay on the ground.
Yeah.
So I don't do high falls.
That's so strange to me that you won't jump off a 6-story building, but you will let someone drive over you in a car.
Well, drive into me.
Sure.
And so there is an exception. So I would do things if I was on a wire, but I cannot do a free fall.
Understood,
I've fallen, like going out to, there's a few stuntmen that have high towers in their backyards. So I've done 20 feet high falls. I'm very comfortable with that, but anything over that, there are amazing stunt women,
and we're talking like, they do like 5-6-story falls.
Oh my God, Heidi Pascoe is this amazing stunt woman. She'll do 60 feet. Trio Tool, 60 feet. They probably do more. Like, I have no idea, but I know 60 feet they can do. And that, to me, I'm like,
And that's where it's basically free fall off the top of something onto one of those giant inflatable bouncy castle type thing.
Yeah, an airbag, yeah.
Wow. See, again, you got to rely on the science there, because if they get the wrong size bag to support your weight falling at that speed and velocity with that kind of pinpoint accuracy, then you're going to go straight through that and boom, hit the fucking floor. Even.
Well, yeah, the bags are huge,
sure.
Yes, but there's elements to that. So they have this amazing skill, wardrobe. What if they're wearing a dress? There's so many other elements that not only do they have to be able to do that high fall, but they have to be able to do it in whatever wardrobe they get.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit serious, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, I've always romantically thought, well, I'm an active guy. I used to do a little bit of martial arts, a little bit of kickboxing, some Aikido, and, I've been very physical. I can climb, I can do things. Yeah. I got this. And I always think, rather romantically, that, once that correct role comes along that's going to launch me into the stratospheric success that I'm looking for, that I would do everything I'm capable of doing myself, I would do. And I would try and do things that maybe I hadn't previously thought myself capable of. Right. But there really is a very business level part of it, right? Which is, motherfucker, you got to be able to deliver lines tomorrow.
Right.
And if you just roll your ankle on this roll down a hill, if you end up hitting a twig that jabs into your side and fucking punctures the back of your... That's you in hospital for a few days. Or a black eye. Boom. There we go. Yeah. See, the simplest shit.
Just you're doing a fight and, let's say you're fighting the stunt person or the actor. It's a lot of pressure when I fight an actor because I have to make sure I do not hit them.
Yeah. Sometimes you want to. Though.
I've been hit. I've been hit quite a bit, but I'm always like, okay, well, it's all right.
Have you ever taken a shiner? A little black... Shiner's like a black eye in England. Have you ever had a shiner?
Because I have been hit square in the face, right in my nose.
Two black eyes.
Right, yeah, just a little black eye here. Didn't straighten out my nose.
Who was it? Who was it? Who did it? Who did it? Who did it? Tell me. I'm going to go around there.
I cannot. Yeah.
All right. I'd roll deep on him.
That's why I keep working, because I'm not going to.
I got your back though. If you need me to fuck him up, you just blink twice if you're in trouble. Okay, she's okay. She's all right.
I'm fine. But no, we do get hit. We get hit. I've been, like I said, hit in the face a couple of times. Hitting the kidneys.
How'd your mum and dad feel about this?
My
Are
father,
they scared?
My father doesn't know because he passed away when I was 19. But my mom, she's great. So my mom's very interesting. Growing up, she told me, Tammie, your body's a piece of glass. You need to protect it. But she's always encouraged me to do everything I want to do. But she always kind of steered me. And you're very
proficient at riding horses for stuff like that. That must have been, you must have had that from childhood. You were doing those things.
Yeah, I grew up on a horse racetrack. My grandma Joyce was a horse trainer.
You can't be that much glass. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I know. We were these wild feral kids for a while when my mom wasn't raising us. My grandma Joyce was. And then my mom came back and took us to live with her again. And then all of a sudden she's like, no, Tammie, now you're a lady. You don't ride Western anymore. Now you ride English. It just, everything changed. And so she never said I could not do something, but she always wanted me to do girl stuff.
What's riding Western versus riding
It's just
English?
A different style.
No, show me though. Explain it to me.
So Western saddle is like dressage, like jumping.
That's a Western saddle would be
No, that's an English saddle.
What would I wear? I would ride on an English saddle back in the UK, right?
Just because of that.
Normal saddle, pommel at the front, blah blah blah.
That's a Western saddle
with stirrups either side.
You be with the horn in the front. You be in
not
a Western.
A horn, but just a slight raise. The pommel is
and it's a little round, little. It's a small saddle. It's not long.
Yeah, not long down the side.
Yeah, that would be an English saddle.
That's an English saddle. Mm-hmm. A Western saddle is with the big, proper pommel on the front, or what?
And it's just a bigger. It's so funny to describe it. So I know exactly
I'm not.
It's a bigger saddle.
I know.
I know. We're this is a saddle.
Oh, it's big and girthy, right?
Yeah. So the English saddle is more like this.
Okay.
Whereas a Western saddle, it has the nice dip. It has the horn. Has the. It's bigger
overhang.
It's bigger. It's wider. It's more square.
Do you sit differently when you ride on those things?
Yes, and your stirrups are in different places and stuff.
Oh God, I wonder what I'm proficient at then.
Interesting.
Interesting to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna ride
horses.
The fact that
you're
we're gonna ride horses,
but you don't know which saddle.
I don't know the saddle. Yeah, but I know I did horse riding for 13, 14 years. So I'm solid.
That's awesome.
I feel like I should be able to get on any saddle. I've ridden a horse bareback. Yes, I've ridden horses, without any saddle as well.
Awesome. That's my favorite.
So fucking painful the first few times.
Yeah. Well, I have a bareback pad, so I use my bareback pad, but I love riding.
Really? And you just hold on to the mane and just do it like that?
Well, I have the bridle on, so I have
the bridle
reins.
on the reins,
I have reins, yeah. So
I've done that with just like just holding on to the hair. Just holding on to the mane and just fucking going.
That's so awesome.
And yeah, it was very,
like
very
Black Beauty.
Very animalistic. Felt really good.
Oh, it's great. Like when it's awesome. That's awesome.
You were telling me recently you want to try and do a photo shoot where you're on the back of the horse and you're on fire, like your arms are on fire whilst you're like shooting an arrow and stuff like that, which sounds amazing. But you must have to have a relationship. Sorry, I keep jutting in, but for instance, my friend is a magician, right? Edward Hilsom, his name is, and he's very, very, very talented. He's in the magic circle and he's won lots of awards. And he's been on the front cover of Young Magicians and stuff. He's really like nailing it. This guy, he has doves and he's very old school in his magician, or he's like classic magic. So he does a lot of dove work. But his relationship with his doves is next level. Like there's a symbiotic kind of relationship there. They understand everything. He really cares for them. They all have individual names, even though to me and you probably they all look exactly the same. He knows all the different quirks, their personalities. Do you have to have that kind of relationship with a horse when you work with your horse in stunt work as well?
Well, my horse Bandit, first off, is the most amazing horse ever, and he's different. I know.
You always say that. You're a proud mum, horse mum.
Yes, exactly. But sometimes when you are on set, you don't know the horse. The wrangler just gives you a horse. So I'm lucky that I have an amazing horse to work with.
So you'll use your own horse on pretty much everything?
No, that's not
an option.
No, yeah.
Okay.
It's the wrangler is in charge of the horses. But going back to, so I want to do archery on my horse, but I don't necessarily want to be on fire, on my horse. I don't know that I need to. I
mean, that'd be a pretty cool photo though, right?
It would be a great photo,
but
for
you can
sure.
Like cover them in the gel that protects them. You can cover yourself in it, so there's no harm coming to the horse.
Oh, no harm at all. Because I would be using my horse Bandit, so there would be no harm.
Your horse, for instance, would trust you to stand on his back with a bow drawn, with your hands flaming. He would be. My
horse would, yeah.
That's
definitely.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, Bandit.
You gotta have a pretty deep connection.
Yeah, we're like best friends. Yeah.
Can you stand across 100, 200 meters away from him and just be like, Bandit! And
no, he doesn't.
And he'll come up. And
Not yet. Not yet. So, when I show up, I can call his name, and he's out in the pasture, and he'll look up and be like, "Oh, she's here." But I've gone into
the fuck you want, bitch?
Yeah, I'm eating. I've gone into the arena with him, and I've tried to do that where I walk to one side. Sometimes he'll follow me, then I'll tell him to stop. So I work with commands, but that far away, he will not.
It's a little difficult. Still wild animals, aren't they?
Yeah.
I like, what I'm attracted to, I think, the most about what you do for a living on the stunt side of things is there is so much of it that is dangerous, a little uncertain. You are kind of taking your own health, your own physical body into your own hands every time you step on set.
Right.
But that's fucking rock and roll, dude. Isn't it?
It is.
It's totally pretty rock and roll.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Here's the difference. And this is why I think motherfuckers like Tom Cruise do their own stunts. Because as an actor, you hit a certain point, don't get me wrong, telling a story, inhabiting a character, which you will understand all these things because you do these things as an actress. But of course, all of that is very exciting. But it's as soon as you start making big movies or doing decent TV shows with decent budgets, it's like, come and sit in the green room or in your trailer. Let's do your hair and makeup. How are you today? Oh, you look great. You leave. You go over you got 2 pages. That's it of script to fucking learn, which is nothing. Then, this segment, it takes 4 hours to shoot one little 10-minute segment of the film or 5-minute segment of the film. It's very relaxed. It's very chill for the most part. Even if the performance is very emotional, you're very well looked after.
Right.
But when you throw in a stunt, it's like all of that prep, even if there's a million hours of prep to go into it, which there often has to be for the stunts, you don't know what could happen. And that's fucking exciting to me.
Stunts are fucking exciting.
Yeah.
They are.
Why do you not have an Oscar?
I know.
You're more rock and roll than all the actors.
It's crazy. We really should. I mean, especially these movies, when, what was it? Mad Max, the remake of Mad Max. Everything they were showing for the Oscars that year was all stunts.
Absolutely.
You know, it's like you're
Absolutely.
showing all the action of the stunts, yet there's not a category for that.
90% of actually what's on film there is not the actors in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, no. So it's a bummer. So hopefully we will get a category. Like, I think rightfully every department deserves one.
Let's talk about your acting as well, because you have a movie coming up, right?
I do, yes. It's The Kindness of Strangers.
Okay. Tell us about
it. Independent horror film.
Love a bit of horror.
Oh, I know, me too.
No nude scenes though. Independent horror, there's always like, I find that if it's an independent horror movie, they always throw in a little bit of like nude sexy girl. You didn't have to be that.
I was not that. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
You dodged the bullet.
Yes.
Because you're a fucking stunt woman. Dodging bullets.
Literally, yeah.
Literally,
I'm like Neo from the Matrix. Yeah.
Tell us about the story.
It was awesome. It was all nights, which can be brutal.
Yeah.
But Stu Silverman is the director.
Okay,
and he wrote it along with his partner, whose name I can't remember. Sorry, I think her name's Kate. And it was just, I read this script that was offered to me. And I was so excited that it was, read this. We'd love you to be this part in it.
Isn't that nice? Having someone coming to you with a project because they respect what you do and admire your work.
Yeah.
That's nice. Never happens to me.
And it will. And when it does, you'll be like, yes. And I went home and read the script and it was amazing. I couldn't put it down. And immediately I'm like, yes, sign me up. I want to do it. So then.
Where was this shooting? Here in LA?
Yes, here in LA. We shot it in Franklin Park.
Okay.
And it took a year, like from the time he approached me with this project to when we shot, it took a year. So everyone thinks everything happens overnight. It does not, especially
funding,
independent.
And, all the producers are working to get money in, and then this person dropped out, that thing happened, or we got to build sets. Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah. So it was great. I just had the best experience on it, and
Who are you playing in the film? Then are you allowed to talk about your character a little bit, or what the storyline is? Can we have a brief synopsis? What's the IMDb synopsis on it?
I really should read it. I did not know. So what I can say
the premise.
Is,
what's the premise?
The premise is these two women are driving down this road and they see this woman, off to the side, and she's scared.
She's a ghost. She's a ghost, mate. She's a ghost.
And
she's a ghost.
Yeah. And then what happens from there is the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's a ghost.
She might be. I don't
bet
know.
She's a ghost.
You'll have to watch
100% a ghost.
Yeah. Should we?
Yeah. She's an evil spirit.
I can't bet with you because I already know.
I've watched enough horror movies to know that if there's a woman, was she in a nightdress? On the side of the road, was she in a nightdress?
She is in a nightdress.
Yes, she's a fucking ghost, man.
So?
Don't pick her up. You know what I'd really love to see is a horror movie, and it's a short. That would actually be a really funny comedy horror short.
What? Tell me.
And it's like similar thing. It's like, just we're just driving down the road and stuff. Oh, wow. Is this the right turn? I don't know. I feel like no, just try this road. No, we're fine. Blah, blah, blah. Radio cuts. Well, I don't know what's going on. We lost reception. Turn the radio off. And then they pull up. And then as they turn around a corner, there's just like a girl in a nightdress with dark hair like this in the middle of the road. And instead of picking her up and helping her the fuck out, the people just go, ghost, and they just turn around and drive away. End of film.
They turn around, but then couldn't. Yeah, that would be hilarious.
They drive the fuck away and go, nope,
no.
That would be quite a funny little comedy sketch, I think.
And that's it. End of
movie.
movie.
The idea that like someone who, motherfucker, I've seen horror movies. Don't pick her. We're not picking her up.
Right.
Look at her. Why is she in a nightdress in the middle of a fucking abandoned wood?
Right.
Why? Because she's gonna kill us.
Because something bad happened.
End of movie.
Yeah. Because they're both street smart. But there would be that one person who's like, well, no.
Come on, you gotta help her. To be fair, if you and I were driving in a car down a road and we saw a woman who looked like she was in trouble or staggering around in a nightdress looking dirty, you'd be like, fucking hell, she just run away from. Are you okay? What's going on?
Dude, I've seen Wild at Heart. We're not picking her up. We're gonna call on our cell phones and get somebody.
You think
I'm
running her over? Tammie, I'm mowing her the fuck down. I'm fucking flooring it. Close your eyes, Tammie. Okay, yeah.
No,
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna critique how she rolled over the car afterwards.
Yeah. No, or when you hit her, I'm like, accelerate, because that'll make her go over.
There you go.
Because if you slam on your brakes, you're going to spit her off.
She's going to go on, yeah.
Yeah. No, that'd be horrible. I would be terrified if I was driving down a road and I saw like an accident on the side, because I have seen Wild at Heart. I'm like, I'm scared. I don't ever want to pick up a hitchhiker, but I always want to do the right thing. And my luck, I'd have no cell service. I'm like, motherfucker.
I'm going to guess, though, because you are the action superheroine of the movie.
You think so?
Yeah, I reckon that you live. I reckon you live, but it's a fucking struggle. I don't think you're the one character who gets out alive.
Interesting.
Other chick, not looking good. Not looking good for her. Does she have stunt training? No. She probably doesn't make it out alive then. Whereas you, fucking, you fall through a burning building, jump off a roof, but then obviously when you're walking away and you think you're okay, we see the girl in the nightdress again, like in your cupboard.
We have to have something. Yeah.
Second film.
There you go.
All right, and what's it called?
The Kindness of Strangers.
Kindness of Strangers. Nice.
Yes.
Do you know when that's dropping out?
I do not.
Okay, so we've got to keep our eyes peeled on old IMDb or on your social media, I think.
Yes, and then just last night, so Thursday, I was at the awards gala for the Artemis Film Festival, and then this weekend is the film festival itself. So last night, I was at the first night of the film festival, there to support director April Wright, who did a documentary on it's called Stunt Women, The Untold Story.
Oh, nice.
And this is amazing. It's an hour-and-a-half documentary. I watched it last night, and it is so awesome. And so I feel so honored to have been interviewed in it.
That's
to be
cool.
A part of this, because she really did.
90 minutes running time, 87 minutes are fight scenes.
yeah.
It's just the documentary maker starting arguments with you guys in the room.
Yeah, and then we all bust
just
into fight.
Fucking fight.
Yeah, no, and she did an amazing job, and I'm so excited for the world to see this project. So yeah. Do
you have a certain genre that speaks to you most as an actress and as a stunt woman? Things that you would love to do? Is it like because you've obviously done Fear of the Walking Dead, you've done Sons of Anarchy, so you've done rock and roll biker stuff, you've done the undead zombie apocalypse, surviving that, obviously done horror movies as well as an actress where you're surviving some kind of ghost or entity or some kind of demonic power. Is there something you haven't yet done, be it superheroine, sci-fi, aliens, that kind of stuff, that you go, oh fuck, I'd really love to do that, and also the skills that you would have to learn to be able to do that role as a stunt person as well?
Okay, so I would love to do sci-fi, and what's amazing is they're doing a new Star Trek, and it's going to be filming here in LA, and I'm like, oh my god, I got to get on it. I'd love to do stunts on it, but if I could be like a Vulcan.
Is this a new start, the remake of the TV series?
No, this is a feature.
Oh, I thought they were doing... Okay, because I know they've been doing films.
I could be wrong. I thought
weren't they bringing... what's his name? Oh, God, I love him. Sir Patrick Stewart. They're bringing him back.
Oh, so this would be...
However, they're bringing him back for... He's not going to be... He will be Jean-Luc Picard, but not as, like, the captain of the Enterprise. He's going to be... I'm Jean-Luc Picard, I'm a bit older, and I'm now he's like a supporting actor in this new Star Trek.
Oh, so I wonder if that's the one that's filming. It's going to be here in LA.
I think so. But then they also release movies pretty regularly, don't they?
Look and see who's doing casting, because I would love to be a part of it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like to be blue.
Oh my gosh, yeah. My sister Angelica and I, a couple years ago, we did cosplay, and I went as Spock and she went as Data.
I saw that on your Instagram. I think you had a photo. That's pretty good.
It was awesome. And I always tell people oh, I'd be a great Spock, and no one believed me. I'm like, I'm going to show you guys I did. I the wig, I did everything.
Do you think also now, I mean, given what's been going on over the last few years in terms of our industry, of course, but also just generally social climate right now, which is, the age, the future is female, which, not necessarily a slogan I stand by. I think the future should be for all people, but I understand what it entails, But being a talented actress and also being a stunt person sets you out quite a unique space. Is it a good time to have that, or does it not really make that much of a difference when it comes to castings and jobs? It's the age of strong women.
It is the age of strong women, and I love that I am a strong woman. So yeah. But I think that, because I want to touch on what you said, it's not just women, it's the person, it's people, but you shouldn't be discriminated against because of your gender. Because I was just in a conversation the other day where we were saying someone shouldn't get a job because they're a woman. It should be that human being is so qualified that they deserve that job. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I mean, if the role is male, then it shouldn't be a woman trying to play it, and vice versa. If the role is female, that comes down to the writing, comes down to the script writing. So if I write a character that is, a strong female protagonist, I'm not going to cast a man in that role.
Oh, copy that. Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Well, I like the fact too, like with roles, is because I'm European and Native American.
Yeah.
So I fit into a few interesting different categories, so I can play different roles.
You're a diverse. You can tick the diversity boxes as well.
I can.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need to get a bit more tan, and then I'm just going to call myself Macedonian. I'm going to just deny that I'm English anymore and just go, I was raised in England, but I'm Macedonian.
There you go.
And I'm an immigrant. Hire me.
And an immigrant. There you go.
And I have a really incredible stunt coordinator who's taught me everything I know.
There you
Tammie
go.
Baird, you might have heard of her.
Yeah.
She's done quite a lot of things.
I would love to coordinate soon. Yeah, coordinate and then ultimately direct. Like right now, I've just been writing a lot of my own content, and I want to start filming it and putting it out there.
What's your own stuff? What stimulates you when it comes to writing and creating your own thing?
I write more comedic stuff. So
you're into comedy, right?
I love comedy. That would be a fun. If I could do
Tell me a joke, Tammie.
I do not know any jokes. They're all long-winded, and I get so excited when I tell them that I mess them up. So yeah, I'm like, and I'm like, I forgot to go back.
Have you got good comic timing?
I would like to think so.
Okay.
Like I would love to be able to do a project with like Sofia Vergara, because I love her comedic timing. I've doubled her before. And so just how I used to watch Katie in the monitors, I would watch Sofia, and I mean, she's hilarious. Her comedic timing is on.
Spot on.
Yes. And it would be fun to be able to have that banter back with her.
I like the playfulness. I think the comedy for me is about the playfulness and the possibilities of those improvised moments. Like, whereas with any kind of dramatic role, for the most part, the writer has really put thought into exactly how they want those characters to express what they're feeling. Mm-hmm. Whereas with comedy, if you've got a good director, they'll and a good writing team, and people who are not so precious that they're going to get, well, I didn't write that exact word.
Right.
I think for the most part, if they get comic actors or comic performers, giving them a little free rein to, all right, let me do 10 different versions of that, and just throw out different improvised shit. Just keep throwing stuff at me. Mm-hmm. That's how you get those hilarious little moments where someone says something.
Oh, yeah. I just saw on, I think it was Facebook recently, it was Steve Carell's audition for Anchorman.
Right, yeah.
It was so hilarious. And he did just that.
Stuff like that.
He did just that, like switching it up each time. And you're just...
I'm pretty sure anything that's got Will Ferrell in, they go like, all right, here's the scripted one. All right, do just run it. Keep running. Keep rolling. Go.
Yeah.
And he'll do like 20 different versions of like, oh my God, Odin's beard, or by the power of a giant whale's cock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would be fun to work with.
Who haven't you worked with so far? And I'm more interested in female actresses that you would like to, work with as a stunt person. Who do you think, oh, fuck, I'd love to meet them, know them, understand them, and watch them work?
Sandra Bullock, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've had people tell me, like, you're so like her. And I'm like, I should be doubling her. And then I should be acting. Do you know who does?
Who do we need to hit?
No, I do not know who doubles her. I don't think she has a set stunt double. Maybe, various different stunt women who've doubled her throughout the time.
She's also she's been in the industry for so long, I feel like by this point she must probably have had someone on Speed, for instance, and has worked with that woman now throughout.
Oh, yeah. I think on Speed, I think Donna Evans might have doubled her on that one. Yeah. But yeah, I would love to, here's what I'd love. I'd love to be in the cast of Ocean's 9, because I saw all of Ocean's 8. Yeah. So I'd like to work with everyone in Ocean's 8 and having them cast me in Ocean's 9. And you'd
be the new arrival.
Mm-hmm. Would I be good or would I be bad?
And you'd be good. I think you'd be good, but you'd be a badass bit. Like, you'd be just fucking violent.
All right, I'll take it.
A lot of punching.
Write it, please. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure if I can get the rights to that.
I know. We'll have to work on that. No, I love the entire cast of Ocean's 8. But yeah, if I could work with Sandra Bullock, that would be amazing.
It's so funny, isn't it? Because look, we're both describing what we would like to do, what we'd like to achieve. And yet, you have such an incredible body of work behind you already. Your IMDb is kind of ridiculously long with all the different projects you've done as both an actress and as a stunt person. But it's never enough, is it? There's always more we want to do. Is that because actors, we are ostensibly fucking, either desperate for the self-validation. So the more projects we do, the more we feel like, yes, look, I achieved. Mum, Dad, please love me. Yeah. Or is it because we're greedy?
I don't know. I'm addicted, as a stunt woman, I'm addicted to applause. So like when I do, let's say, a car hit and like cut, Tam, are you okay? And then I say, yes, I'm okay. And then I get that applause. Like, I love it. Like, I crave it.
Yeah, that's like laughter for me on stage in a comedy
Oh, yeah,
club.
for sure. No one wants crickets on stage.
No.
Yeah.
It feels good, doesn't it? It does feel good to go, oh, I did a thing good. And everyone recognizes it.
And I do love that. So maybe it is, I just love me. I don't know.
Maybe. And what skill do you not yet have? A physical skill, something that you would like to be really proficient at that you're not.
I didn't think about that. Something proficient. I'd like to be better at knives.
Throwing them.
Or just having them, knife fighting. I'd like to be better at that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's choreography. It's just choreography.
I was going to say. So
I can do that. So that's actually not a good answer.
That's not a bad. It's not a bad answer. You want to be really good at knife fighting.
Yeah. I'd like to be better at knife fighting.
Yeah, I think there's but you've got to do it in a controlled way. It's hard to practice those things. Like practicing acting roles is, a lot of reading and working with other people that you respect and just going, all right, what do you think about that? And feedback and direction and blah, blah, blah. Whereas going, hey, I want to be really good at flinging a knife 20 feet and fucking hitting a bullseye.
Yeah.
And that's a very specific...
Yeah. Oh, if
you can't practice that shit in your front room, can you?
No. Well, no, I cannot.
But hang on. But you do have a board in your front room where you throw stuff out, don't you?
I do have something set up, that I'm always like, don't miss it. Otherwise, you lose your deposit, Tammie.
I love that. The idea that you have to get good at it. Otherwise, your landlord's going to come over and give you shit for all the holes in the wall.
Oh, yeah. I have a whole setup for my archery, too, where I have
inside
in the house.
Your house?
Yeah. So I have my arrows, but I have like a Nerf tip on them.
Okay, yeah.
And so I shoot them through like my closet in my living room, but I have a sheet up to absorb it beforehand, so I work on that as well.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Terrifying if a guy's coming around for a date though.
Yeah, but they have the Nerf tips on them. So
have you ever had guys that you're dating be intimidated by what you do?
For me, yes, I'll just say yes. And it's always interesting. What's insulting is when they'll say, I think I could do that. And I'm like, oh, you just think you could just walk in and do my career? Yeah. You're an accountant, so that's kind of insulting.
That's why you can't date accountants, Tammie. That's where you're going wrong.
How am I getting my taxes done? No, but yeah, I have, like, when being on a date, and if they pick you up, if they're old fashioned and pick you up, and then they want to drive a little recklessly, like, look, I could be a stunt driver. And that's like, dude, come on. Like, when I'm on set, we talk about it. Our stuff's choreographed,
Yeah.
And everybody's in on it. You're the only one in on it on the freeway. All the other people have no idea what you're doing. They just think you're an idiot driving. So there is that.
Yeah, they sound like douchebags.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I'm single, because I just date douchebags.
Too many douchebags. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I know, it's a bummer.
We met my friend Terry. What about Terry?
Yeah,
Come on.
He's lovely.
He used to do a bit of stunt work, didn't he? And he's not as professionally as you in any way, shape, or form, but he did a bit of stuff. Handsome guy.
That'd be crazy if we get married and we met here.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. Ooh. There you go.
Yeah. You would have to be ordained.
What would your sex life be, though? It'd be like, so we're going to do this, and then we're going to grapple for a while.
No.
And then you're going to fish hook me, babe, and take me from behind.
That's not, no.
You say that. You don't know
what
Terry likes.
I only just met him, so we'll see.
He might like pegging and fish hooking. You never know.
That would be interesting. I'm like, I got to draw the line at fish hooking me. But, yeah.
A bit some knife play. Let's get that in there. Terrifying. I think it's I don't know, it's quite an interesting thing, isn't it? Because we're in an age of celebration of strong women. But then I think there's a lot of men who are intimidated by that. Intimidated by the prospect of a woman being physically more adept at stuff than them. Mm-hmm. That's kind of all we had, really, is like, look at me, I can lift stuff. I can throw shit. I can do things. I can take a punch better. I'm a man. And if you take that away from us, it's like, well, what do we do now?
Really? See, I think, well, yes, true, because it's always been the men have been macho, but I think it's...
And women are beautiful.
Yeah.
Those are the two things, if we're going to really reduce it down.
Yeah, but I know some beautiful women, who are strong and amazing, and I would think a guy would be like, yeah, look she's more than just
I think
looks.
Real men are, yeah. Real men are attracted.
Well, that's the thing, real men.
Yeah. But also, I don't know if I want a woman to be that good at knives.
Really?
Yeah, because what if you break up one day?
She's not going to knife you. Make sure you have a good
says
breakup.
you, the actress who's good with knives. You get what I'm saying? First of all, dating actresses, terrifying fucking prospect.
I've never dated an actress, so I don't know.
Good.
Or an actor.
Oh, good. Then don't ever.
No,
you never should. And I think it's a terrifying prospect.
Okay.
Anyone who wants to perform for a living, myself included, you're a little desperate for validation from strangers. And there's something a little bit broken in that. Thespians, I find to be infinitely worse than comics.
Agreed.
Comics at least are self-loathing in a lot of respect, whereas a lot of actors and actresses are just like, I'm just amazing and I'm brilliant and God, I'm just living it, I'm doing it. And it's like, oh, fuck off with that energy.
Yeah.
If you add into that the skill set that you have, like I can also drive a car better than you, I might be able to throw a knife from across the room and land it inside of your skull. I'm not fucking around. If you were Puerto Rican and had those skills,
okay.
and there's no way.
That's funny. That's so funny.
No way.
No, but like I don't talk about work a lot, you know, like in my personal life, you know, like I don't bring it home with me. Okay. So, you know, I would not have to, I mean, like, yeah, it would be kind of funny. Like, can you please take out the trash or I will knife you?
I mean, pretty much.
But then you're dating a lunatic.
Then,
yeah. So those words have never come out of my mouth. I like to think, I guess everyone's a little crazy, but I'm not that kind of crazy. So I would never knife somebody or punch them. I would never hit anybody.
So if guys, if you are looking to date an attractive actress who's proficient in horse riding, archery, knife work, being hit by cars, jumping off buildings, being set like not too high, 20 feet. That's all you can,
more than 20
all
feet.
of that. Then this is your woman. She's available and she's also succeeding. She's got a great movie coming out. We're not quite sure exactly the release date though.
Not yet.
I feel like, well, maybe look, when it comes out, come back and talk again. You can tell us about it and tell us what's been going on.
For sure.
I'm just going to hope and pray that the audio from this is
Yes.
all good.
Oh
Otherwise,
my goodness.
that's it. I've just resigned myself to the fact that you're a fucking witch and you have powers. You have some kind of...
My friend Alina says in a past life I was a witch.
Yeah,
so.
maybe. Satan. Yeah. Satan is following you around and affecting your career now.
Yeah,
to the point
it could
where
be.
It can't be on a podcast anymore because, you know, the words garble and reverse.
That's hilarious.
It was weird because last time we tried recording, the entire setup burst into flames when you left the room.
It did not.
Yeah, it did.
Not.
Yeah, I had to get a blanket on it real quick. It was terrifying.
Super fast.
Yeah, it was really weird. Pentagrams like sprouted up all over the walls.
That's so funny. Was it a pentagram or was it a snowflake?
It was a snowflake. Boom! She brought it full circle. All right, so if ladies and gentlemen want to check you out, they want to see, you know, the body work you've already done, and also keep up with what's going on with you, including this this movie that's going to be coming out. Mm-hmm. Where should they find you? What's the best way?
My IMDb is great. It's my name, Tammie Baird, Tammie, and then
Baird.
Yeah, the word air is in the middle of it. It's the easiest, hardest name. And Facebook. I had a website, but I got rid of it. Maybe I'll pop it back up. It'll be my name.
Tammie Baird. Find her on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Yeah, I love Instagram.
Just Tammie Baird
like
on Instagram too.
Yeah, Tammie
there
Baird.
You go. Easy.
I kept it easy. Twitter, everything. It's just Tammie Baird.
I love it. Find her, give her a follow, check out her work, maybe check out some of the incredible projects she's already done, including Sons of Anarchy, Fear of the Walking Dead. You were also on a TV show, a very famous TV show, right? Back in the day?
Which day? Just kidding.
Back in the day. Weren't you and David Lynch?
Twin Peaks.
You were in Twin Peaks?
I
we didn't even mention that this
I played
time
the
round.
character of Lorraine on this recent one.
And you have a whole cult following for that as well.
I do.
Very serious
it's
fans.
super cool. And
you might need
I
those
have
nice
my own
skills.
theme music. My character has her own theme music.
How does it go?
It's called I Am Hip Hop.
How does it go?
So I can't. I can't even do it right now. In my head it sounds right, but what's coming out of my mouth isn't the same. I'm like, wait, it's awesome.
You're not a professional singer, but you are a professional actress and stunt woman.
Yes.
I apprecied you coming back.
Oh my God, thank you.
It took us 3 attempts. I really hope it's worked this time. Make sure you follow her, Tammie Baird, TammieBaird. Yes. Find her on all social media. Give her a follow. And the film that's coming out is called
The Kindness of Strangers and Stunt Woman, The Untold Story.
There you go. So if you love documentaries and you want to learn a little bit more about the industry that Tammie has been working so professionally in for so many years, check that out. And also if you want to see the film, make sure if you like a bit of horror, a little bit of horror. Then make sure you check that out and continue supporting this wonderful woman. And thank you very much for coming back again, Doug.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to play the outro music and I'm going to listen to it and hopefully it's going to be all good. Guys, I'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Roadhouse.